Have you ever felt trapped in a life that doesn't satisfy you? Have you ever wanted greater abundance, not just financially, but emotionally and spiritually? What if we told you that the key to unlocking all of this is already inside you? In a quiet Japanese temple, surrounded by Zen gardens and the gentle sound of flowing water, the elderly monk Arata shared 5 fundamental lessons that have the power to transform your life. These lessons, the fruit of a lifetime dedicated to the pursuit of truth and happiness, will guide you to a life of inner peace, serenity, happiness, and love. And if you stay until the end of the video, you will discover the secret to cultivating true abundance, the kind that comes from within and that no money can buy. But before continuing, if you are not one of us yet, subscribe to the channel and activate notifications to be informed when we publish new content for your spiritual growth. The morning sun filtered through the leaves of the ancient trees, casting a play of light and shadow on the path that led to the temple. A group of pilgrims, coming from every corner of Japan, approached with respect, their faces marked by the search for a deeper truth. The scent of incense hung in the air, mingling with the singing of birds and the sweet sound of water flowing in the Zen garden. Inside the temple, the elderly monk Arata awaited them, sitting in the lotus position on a meditation cushion. His eyes, though marked by time, shone with ancient wisdom. The pilgrims sat in front of him, forming a semicircle. "Dear friends," Arata began with a warm smile, "today I will share with you 5 fundamental lessons that I have learned over the course of my long life. These lessons are about money, abundance, and personal fulfillment, and they have the power to transform your life, leading you to a life of inner peace, serenity, happiness, and love." A respectful silence fell among the pilgrims as they prepared to absorb the wise monk's words. The first lesson the monk spoke about was related to what we desire. "If you do not have what you desire, you have what you tolerate," he said, looking everyone in the eye. The first lesson, perhaps the most difficult to accept, is that we do not have in life what we desire, but what we are willing to tolerate, Arata explained. If your financial situation and your personal life are not satisfying you, it's because you've allowed it to happen. If you feel trapped in a life that doesn't make you happy, it's because you've tolerated a situation that doesn't belong to you for too long. It's time to stop settling and start demanding more from yourself. Arata stood up and walked to a window that looked out onto the garden. "Look at those trees," he said, pointing to a group of bonsai. "They have been shaped with care and patience, but if the gardener had tolerated their wild growth, they would never have achieved this harmonious form. The same goes for our lives. We must constantly prune away superfluous branches, eliminate negative habits, and cultivate the qualities that lead us to happiness and prosperity." One of the pilgrims, a young merchant named Taro, raised his hand. "Master," he asked, "how can we distinguish between what we desire and what you tolerate?" Arata smiled. "The answer is within you, Taro. Listen to your inner voice. If you feel a sense of dissatisfaction or frustration, it is a sign that you are tolerating something that is not yours. Do not ignore these signs, but use them as a compass to guide you toward the life you desire." The second lesson is that money is important. Arata continued, challenging a common belief. Denying the importance of money is a way to justify your lack of it. Money is energy, it is freedom, it is the possibility to realize your dreams. But remember, money is a tool, not an end. Don't let the pursuit of wealth take you away from true abundance, inner peace, serenity, happiness, and love. The monk told the story of a wealthy merchant who had amassed an immense fortune, but lived in constant fear of losing it. The merchant was so obsessed with money that he had forgotten the value of simple things: the smile of a child, the song of birds, the beauty of a sunset. His wealth brought him no happiness, only anxiety and worry. An elderly woman spoke up, "Master, how can we avoid falling into the trap of greed?" "The key is gratitude," Arata replied. "Appreciate what you have, even if it is little." Gratitude opens the heart to abundance and reminds us that true wealth is not measured in money. The third lesson is that true abundance comes from within, Arata continued. Happiness is not found in material things, but in gratitude to generosity, compassion, and love. Cultivate these qualities in your heart, and you will discover a wealth that no money can buy. Arata told the story of a poor peasant woman who, despite her difficulties, always found a reason to smile and help others. The peasant woman did not have much, but her heart was full of love and gratitude. Her generosity and compassion made her a rich person, even though she did not possess great material wealth. A young monk, Kenji, asked, "Master, how can we cultivate these qualities in our hearts?" "Meditation is the key, Kenji," Arata replied. "Through meditation, we can calm our minds, listen to our hearts, and cultivate the qualities that lead us to true abundance." The fourth lesson is that you can't take advice about life and money from someone who doesn't have $1 and hasn't lived it to the fullest, Arata said firmly. Seek out mentors who have achieved the happiness, peace, and financial success you desire. Learn from them, follow their example. Don't let the opinions of those who are still finding their way or who have never known prosperity influence you negatively. Arata shared the story of a young man who sought financial advice from a friend who was always struggling financially. The friend, while well-intentioned, could not offer sound advice because he had never experienced financial success. The young man ended up following his bad advice and found himself in an even worse situation. Wisdom comes from experience, the monk continued. Seek guidance from those who have already walked the path you want to take and achieve the results you desire. Only they can offer you valuable advice and inspire you by their example. The fifth lesson is that life begins when fear ends, Arata said with determination. Have the courage to face your fears, to overcome your limitations, to create the life you desire. Prosperity, happiness, and love are within your reach. You just have to have the courage to grasp them. Arata told the story of a samurai who was afraid to fight. The samurai was skilled with the sword, but fear paralyzed him. One day, an old master told him, "Fear is like a shadow. The more you try to escape, the more it follows you. Face it, and it will vanish." The samurai followed the master's advice and won his battle, not only against the enemy, but also against his fear. Fear is an obstacle that prevents us from realizing our dreams, added the old master. Face it with courage and determination, and you will discover the strength that lies within you. Remember that life is a journey, not a destination. Enjoy every step, even the most difficult ones, because they are what make you stronger and wiser. The pilgrims listened in silence, Arata's words resonating in their hearts, like a mantra that would guide them on their path to a more fulfilling, abundant, and serene life. Remember, Arata said as he took his leave, that true wealth is not measured in money, but in the fullness of the heart and the serenity of the soul. Cultivate gratitude, generosity, compassion, and love, and you will discover a treasure that will last for eternity. And as night fell on the temple, Arata sat in meditation, his heart filled with peace and serenity. He knew that his words had planted a seed in the hearts of the pilgrims, a seed that would sprout and blossom, bearing fruits of abundance, happiness, and love. Silence enveloped the temple once again, broken only by the rustling of the wind through the leaves and the gurgling of the water in the garden fountain. Arata closed his eyes, returning to his meditation, his spirit merging with the harmony of the surrounding nature. His mission was accomplished for today. He had shared his wisdom, the lessons of a lifetime of seeking truth and happiness. Now it was up to the pilgrims to put those teachings into practice, transform their lives, and find their own path to abundance, peace, and love.